Isn't it about time for somebody's favorite radio program?
The question isn't what are we going to do, the question is what aren't we going to do.
Sorry, we were a little busy with the whole life and death combat thing, and then you attacked Pops. Pops!
Whatever it is we look forward to, and whoever it is we're chasing, to that I say amen.
Keep this thing going. Pick a name. Go on the air. Talk hard.
To that I say, all right, all right, all right.
In this world, the headlines read of those whose hearts are filled with greed, who rob and steal from those in need. To right this wrong with blinding speed goes underdog. Speed of lightning, power of thunder, fighting all who rob or plunder. Underdog, underdog.
僕の名はライダー。仮面ライダーと名乗らせてもらう。
君は組織が開発した昆虫合成型オーグメンテーションプロジェクトの最高傑作だ。
これをかぶる。僕は人を守りたいと思う。自分の心を信じる。
あなたを信じて、あなたに託す。
This summer, coming to a supermarket near you. There's going to be a great new high-C flavor with an outrageous fruit taste. And what are we going to call it? Ecto-Cooler. High-C Ecto-Cooler. Slimer's new fruit drink. You've been warned.
We'll discover like the lost like 5th or 7th freewheeling movies that I'm sure totally exist at this point.
I gotta be honest, I would not be shocked at all, so.
Bad CGI Sharks, new action figures, based off the zero-budget indie comedy movie you've never even heard of. Matthew, complete with repressed hopes and dreams.
Can someone rescue me from my artistic doldrums?
Jason, his gangly older brother with the enthusiasm of a golden retriever. And his stuffed shark sidekick, Chumley. And who's that magical movie imp that can bring the brothers' unfinished sharksploitation script to life? Bernardo! With electronic Italian accent. But beware, here come the fruits of Bernardo's meddling, the bad CGI sharks. Mo, Bruiser, and Idiot.
Oh no! It looks like this is the end, bro. Not if our imagination has anything to say about it. Mamma mia, I can't bear to watch! Or can I?
Now you control how the story ends with bad CGI Sharks action figures. And perfect for shark snuggles, my best chum Chumley, sold separately. From Jamma.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time you've been working all week long for. The time we officially... Let's hear some car horns out there going with the whistle. Everybody ready? All right.
I know.
Quitting time. I said it's quitting time. I was the foreman. I was the one says when it's quitting time of terror. Quitting time!
You are a wonderful person.
Friday evening, what a feeling. Feel like singing.
Losing his mind. And I'm reaping all the benefits.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
All right, folks, welcome to another Friday Popcast. Hope you're having a great week out there. You're wrapping up your week well. It's great to be able to hang out with you folks and with me, this guy. That's right. You recognize him, Talk Hard, Muck Mondays, all the things that he's doing out there on T-Shirt Historians channel and with Nick Weiser talking comics. But Ironcaster, my brother, is in the house. What's going on, my friend?
You know, I've been having a nice little lazy Friday. I decided to take a day off of work or so after kind of working through a bunch of overtime, and I just really feel like I needed to kind of reset the gears a little bit. You know, the holidays have kind of come and gone, but you know, you still start to feel it after a while of getting back into the grind of things. And
Yeah,
what better
man,
way?
totally get that.
What better way than to talk about some free and schlocky movies?
Well, it didn't have to be schlocky movies because there are good movies over on Tubi, folks. But by the time this is airing, from when we're recording it, there may be a gap on what's actually on Tubi and not. So because we're recording at the end of February, so by the time you see this in early March, it may be that some of the movies that were there. So I didn't want to focus on good movies because many of them will just come and go. We thought I'd focus more on what this guy talks about all the time. This is over on Tubi, guys. This is over on Tubi, and I'm like, all right, hang on. So today is the day he can torment me a little. He's going to get a little free reign to torment me, and we will. We're going to start off with one of the worst ones that he jokes about all the time, and that would be bad CGI sharks. So yeah, it is a thing called bad CGI sharks. So if you guys are not familiar with this movie, it actually exists. That's actually the name of the movie. So.
What is the nature of your emergency?
There is a shark on land! I'm thinking it has something to do with the script me and my brother are working on. Some sort of voodoo magic or something.
How can you think we have any control in this situation? This is our movie. I don't even know what the hell's happening right now. This thing looks like a bad CGI movie creature.
That shark looks great for the budget.
Did you just find this on Tubi, or did you actually know this existed because of something else?
I'm not quite sure where I came across this. I think I was just looking up a list of, like, you know, bad shark movie titles just to kind of torment you guys with, and then I came across this and I said, "Oh, this is amazing. This is one I think I might have a little more depth to it that I might actually surprise Pops with."
I'm actually shocked at how many other, there's like bad CGI gator, there's bad CGI this, there's bad CGI that. So yeah, bad CGI shark is actually a thing. I put in bad CGI shark. I got bad CGI gator. All right, well, we can do bad CGI gator because that's insane.
Not currently available on Tubi. Or rather, Shark.
You found
bad
it
CGI
shark?
Bad CGI Shark is not currently available.
Okay, well, we can come back to it and we can find something else. But yeah, this was, bad CGI gator is pretty crazy out here. I'm like, what on earth are we talking about here? So let me pull the trailer up. But yeah, this kind of is birthed out of a long storied history over on our Tuesday show called Talk Hard, where we've been down this rabbit hole with free content. We've talked a lot about that, you know, there are so many things that you can do, but then there's also that concept of where did some of those directive video type movies go? How did this all end up? And I think that's kind of where Tubi has found a niche beyond niche, in my opinion. Like, I think it's absolutely insane.
Well, one of the things I'm really enjoying is sort of the larger fact of Tubi seemingly came out of nowhere and is now competing with a lot of the big dogs of streaming services, and is just really getting a lot of buzz, a lot of attention. People are all just kind of fluctuating towards it, and you know, it's got all kinds of little niches on there. Like, you know, you can find Power Ranger movie. You can find all, like, season upon season of Power Rangers. You could find so many other shows. But You can also apparently find bad CGI gator.
Bad CGI gator. We talked about bad CGI shark, but I guess it's currently not on Tubi's. But yeah, this is the trailer. Let's watch a minute.
Fish where I damn well please.
Boom! Yeah! Cheers, bitches.
Hey, let's go get drunk and try to have some fun.
Get it, homie.
Cheers, come on, I'm cold.
No sound. Okay, so he's just like, I will fish wherever I darn well please. He's just going to throw the water. He's going to disregard the alligator warning. A couple drone shots, a couple remote shots, and here we go, some more people. Spring break party time.
It wouldn't be a horror movie if it wasn't spring break.
There's some. It's got this runt-row type horror music kind of mixed in with sort of like, you know, fun spring breaky kind of music. So yeah, it's total setup for that kind of thing. 6 friends on a raunchy getaway. Bum bum bum.
I'm gonna drink all the beers.
Cheers, biatches. They put their sexy plans. They have sexy plans, evidently. Are about to be ruined by... What was that? I didn't even know what that was. It went by so fast. Hold on, let's go see if we can back up. Here we go. Oh, something got electrified. That wasn't this one of our theories on making some of these movies? Like you would just... The alligator got electrocuted?
Yeah, it's gonna have to be some like mutants, some sort of weird radioactive electricity or something that turns them into monsters, and then they come to life.
Reptile dysfunction. That is terrible. So she's blindfolded. She's thinking something's gonna get her, but it's not what she's thinking, I assume. Oh, that is so funny. See, can we get the shot of the alligator? There he is. Here's our bad CGI gator. And it is indeed a bad CGI gator. Wow. Wow. That is bad. Have you watched this movie or Bad CGI Shark?
I have not actually, but it's more what always winds up happening is I wind up coming across these movies where either it has a really terrible pun for the title or the poster is just so bad I have to stop and say, what is this? This is now going into my little mental Rolodex of films. I'll get to this eventually.
Look at this bad CGI gator. Oh.
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
There you go. How bad is that? Look at that. I don't even know what's happening in this shot.
Is that thing swimming?
It's almost like it's floating. Like there's no water there.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Just swimming in the air.
At least they're able to layer it in and have the guy in front of it.
Yeah, what's with this Joey Tribbiani lookalike? This guy. That's the equivalent of his tactical gear. A camo jacket and a motorcycle helmet, I guess. All right. Here we go.
He's our big action star.
Here's our bad CGI shark. Oh, he has a sword. Now it's floating above his head. We know this is where this is going to go. Spoiler alert, bad CGI shark people. Wow. They're ruining the movie for me, Ironcaster. I don't know how I feel about that. Come on. Bad CGI gator. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. All right.
Films like that are ultimately a dime a dozen. and they just have to really find that way to stand out. Because you look at that, you already can start checking off the boxes. We've got like 6 or 7 little 20 late teens, 20 somethings actors who are going to be our monster bait that are going to exist just to get killed off until we get to the very end, in which one, maybe 2 of them are going to survive.
This is crazy. We're going to show boobs and just have bad. Yeah, I mean, I got on them that they are able to get it on Tubi, and maybe you mentioned the other one ended up over on Amazon or whatever. I think that's what the dream would be if you're making movies, even if it is just schlocky stuff with no money. But all right, what do you got next? You got something pulled up over there?
Yeah. So I've got a few things listed here, and
Transylvania Television.
Ah, yes.
Transylvania TV.
One of the many things I wound up doing during the week is some little bit of puppet work with my little buddy Charlie B, who, I'm sure he doesn't quite appreciate me calling him just a puppet, but this was a little show. I'm not sure where this thing originated, but the premise is they're all monsters working at a TV station. And so it's sort of the office hijinks of all of these monsters while it's puppets. So you're kind of going in knowing, yeah, it's going to be kind of schlocky, kind of hokey. We're going to just do the occasional parody of some sci-fi show or whatever. We've got this Nosferatu who runs the whole thing, and each one of the characters seems to be some sort of classic horror monster. It's just a silly little show I kind of happened to have come across, and I was entertained by.
There's like 50 episodes of this. There's a bunch of this stuff. Huh. All right. Yeah, it says there's like 50 episodes. It's very high regarded on IMDb. It has a 7.8. Huh.
And it's one of those things where we don't always get these sort of puppet shows too often. And I think there's a really particular audience that will flock to these. So if you can get a Transylvania Television or Greg the Bunny, these people are going to be going into these shows, loving them absolutely, like every time. And of course, we could also bring up Alf. Yeah, much to the chagrin of a few people, but
wow, all right. I mean, I don't know anything about this. I'm checking here YouTube. Looks like we have a few episodes on YouTube. Let me see if I can share that real quick.
In a spooky castle in the Carpathians lives a motley band of misfit monsters, doing their best not to kill each other as they try to run their own television station.
Wow. You know, you really are an idiot, aren't you?
We declare war! Freedom!
Can't leave me hanging like that. Papa's got needs.
And Furry's personal demon, Von Bucket.
Challenge of Heroes!
On Transylvania Television.
Yeah, looks like there's a few episodes. We'll switch over to that. Yeah, like 8 episodes. It's like a playlist here for some different ones. And
no audio. But for the sake of this, it's probably for the best.
Interesting. All right. It's really pretty good. I have to be honest. I'm unaware of this, but they really got their own little... This is like, it feels like a legit sort of 70s and 80s puppet TV show.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's more with where the show is the actions and the hijinks sort of behind the camera of a TV station. So we'll go from having the stuff on screen with the show presenters, the actors, and all of them doing their little show bits, but then we cut to the guys behind the scenes and having sort of office nonsense. We're on break and we're kind of complain about I wanted to go away for vacation, but But the boss is this real bloodsucker who just will not give me any time off. He's a literal vampire. Haha.
Very cute. Very cute. Is this appropriate for kids?
No. No, I would.
Okay.
Really wouldn't.
Okay. Hey, I'm just asking. Hey, I don't know. You don't know these days. I don't know what I'm getting. So, all right. Transylvania TV. Totally unaware. Totally unaware. I like the fact that you're educating me and things that beyond bad CGI efforts and crazy stuff like that, for sure.
A few other things. I'm kind of going down the list of things and other places I could recommend. And, well, one of those little shows from sort of my childhood I came to really appreciate was One Red Dwarf.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people love Red Dwarf, for sure.
Yeah, I believe the first about 3 or 4 seasons of it are available on Vudu or now Fandango at home.
Mm-hmm.
So you can watch it there for free with ads.
Okay.
And this is what
you were just telling me about the Bruce Campbell show, right? Jack of all trades is over on Roku. So yeah, yeah. There's a ton of this stuff out there. So Red Dwarf, huh? Yeah, people have really talked a lot of highly about Red Dwarf.
I mean, it's ultimately this. It's this little kind of, I don't want to say low budget, sci-fi show, but I mean the cast is like typically I'd average about 4 people for the whole episode. Where the premise is it's this basically colony spaceship that's gone off into the far depths of space, and something happened where one of the cast members had to be frozen for a period of time, and when he wakes up, it's like a million years later or so. He's alone. He's got his he's alone. He's got his cat who's gone and evolved over the millennia into this like sentient person who's really eccentric into fashion. His old roommate was left as a hologram who's there to now just do nothing but pester him, and also the supercomputer. So
how many?
Sorry, what's up?
Seasons? You said there's a few seasons over on Vudu. Awesome.
Yeah, so I guess actually like all 13 seasons are technically listed here, but I believe once we get past season 4, once we like seasons 1 through 3 actually are currently free to watch. So you'll be able to get a gist of it, get a little taste of this little beloved classic show that's dates back to the like 89, the 80s. It's been around for quite a while. And
definitely a feel like an amalgam of pretty much all things sci-fi, right? It's got a little Trekkie feel, a little Babylon 5 feel. Definitely some 80s and 70s influences for sure. British, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, any Red Dwarf fans out there, I'll have to let us know, because I wasn't really aware of this. Have you watched a lot of this?
I think I've gone through about all that I was able to find. Like I think the first 10, 11 seasons. I actually didn't realize there was 2 additional seasons of this that had popped up. But there's a lot of interesting premises. Like there's an episode in one of the later seasons where they go to a planet that has all of the that has time acting in reverse. And here they are kind of walking around normal while people are eating, while we have people eating things in reverse, and they're kind of making the premises, they're making money off of this. As sort of these sideshow acts.
Gotcha. Interesting. Okay. Red Dwarf. All right.
Don't be a smeghead. Check it out.
Yeah. That's good. I will say, I have to be honest, if you are comfortable with just dealing with ads and bouncing around between the different apps and servers, then there's tons of stuff to watch for free between Roku, Vudu. There is Plex, Freevee, which is the Amazon part, Pluto TV, and obviously Tubi itself. And a lot of the times the really big name and highly successful films and shows rotate through there as well. Like most recently, I have earmarked over on Tubi. I have things that I actually just don't own physical copies of. I have things like Forbidden Planet because I don't have a physical copy of Forbidden Planet for some reason, right? I think I watched Boondock Saints there the first time. I watched it a couple times now, but it was over on there. But I know recently they had his, classic favorites that we love, like Tombstone was on there. Unforgiven was on there. So, yeah, expect things that you would love as well to be on there. Not just the schlocky stuff, folks. Not just the schlocky stuff. So, let's go back over to Ironcaster's screen. What's he's got going on over here?
Right. Well, sorry. Let me pull up the next thing. I did want to kind of stop and highlight for a moment for if you're trying to find some of this stuff. Services such as Just Watch are available, and you can find out where anything is being streamed at. And as you can see, everything they're keeping track of includes down here at the bottom: Netflix, Disney Plus, Prime Video, Apple TV, Amazon, etc. You can see just about practically everything is on here. Crunchyroll, HBO Max, MGM. So if you decide you want to go look up, there's a couple things that I've had to use it for recently. But as we see, like Journey to the West is a film we've covered on Talk Hard.
Yep.
I'm a big fan of this Lupin the Third character who's had a number of movies over the years. And I found out that, if I want to watch it for free, I can watch it on Prime Video. Or I could see where the prices are rented on all the different services. So even if you're looking to pay a little bit, you can find your best bang for your buck.
Okay.
But if I were to make one recommendation for another show to check out, or a movie, I am going to have to talk about Journey to the West.
Journey to the West. That was one of our Talk Hards, right?
Yes, it was. This was. Great little movie. Little kung fu action, playing on some stories of, that old Journey to the West story of heading west to collect some books to, I believe, fight demons. I'm sure I've probably completely misremembered that story, but that is how it goes. Great little take, especially if you love films like Kung Fu Hustle and you want to keep kind of scratching that itch. This is right up that this is right up that alley. Stephen Chow directed it as well, so it's got a lot of similar veins to it, and this one was a hoot to go over. So definitely go check out our Talk Hard on this if you want to see us talk about this a little more.
Yeah, this was a real fun movie. He plays like a monk, and he's kind of caught up in this world where there's this village. It's like he's supposed to be like a monster hunter, but he's like this monk. He's kind of like a pacifist, and they don't even believe there's a creature in this water. And then they kind of do it where you, the audience, gets to see both sides of this. You get to see the silliness, and you also get to see the monsters themselves. So silliness, the heavy person that flips the creature in the air and lands on this guy, is played for gags. And then, of course, as the film kind of unpacks itself, you get into more of like the journey and who he befriends and going on like an epic little adventure with some really interesting gags and fun along the way, for sure. Yeah, I'll put the link there for that Talk Hard in there because that's a really good one. But there's some really good ones. There's really a lot of fun for everybody, indeed. Yeah.
It was. I mean, really, just that whole genre of I guess we could say wuxia films, a lot of the Chinese martial arts action films, right up that alley. Great, fun to check out on like a lazy Sunday afternoon where you have nothing else going on. You're like, I want to watch something, but I don't want to have to like really focus on something that needs a lot of attention, a lot of deeper thought. Like, sometimes you get into these movies that have to battle with a lot of complex ideas, and you're like, I just want to watch dudes like fight with swords.
Well, I think if you enjoy Kung Fu Hustle, because that seems to be a more popularized film, then something like Journey to the West would be right up your alley. You're not going to have less of an experience. It's going to be nuances if you get the gags and you like it more or not. That's kind of the thing there. But yeah, definitely a fun film for sure. And we had a good time with that one. So that's over there on Tubi for free, folks. Yeah, check it out. Yeah, it's a good one. Good choice.
And since I'm kind of right in that vein, right in that groove. One we will be talking about, I believe, this week. In fact, The Forbidden Kingdom.
The Forbidden Kingdom is coming up for sure. Yeah, Forbidden Kingdom is coming up. Is that this week coming up? Or is it the week after? I don't. Oh, so yes, it is the next one. Yeah, it is. Forbidden Kingdom is next, indeed. So by the time folks are seeing this, we probably would have already seen it. Our talk card's already probably done. But we're recording this right before that talk card. So, yeah, it is also on Tubi as well, which is where I've had to watch it. So, yeah, it's funny how my brain will get ahead of us because I know there are movies out 3, 4, 5 weeks that we'll schedule, and we're all kind of chasing around to make sure we all have copies and everybody's okay getting a copy of it in advance. And I'll forget the order sometimes until like the weekend before. I'll double check, and that's usually when I do another rewatch of whatever it is we've watched. So I still haven't watched this one yet, just so everybody can know. Spoiler alert! Right before, I'm only gonna have time for one, but yeah, I've never seen this. This Jackie Chan, Jet Li, a popular film. A lot of people talk about it, and for some reason I just haven't seen it. So yeah, that will also have to be a link in the description for that talk card as well. So, but over on Tubi for free, man.
It's one of these movies that came at sort of the right time, where you sort of had Jet Li and Jackie Chan still sort of at this peak of their careers, where their names carried a lot of weight. And for the two of them to be teaming up for this kind of, little kind of comedy, martial arts film, where they're kind of taking this little white kid through China, through a fantasy version of China with like white hair witches and all the crazy martial arts, getting to you sort of show this kid who's obsessed with all these martial arts films what real martial arts is like.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
It's a fun little film, and I think that it's worth anyone's time to check out.
Yeah. Very good. Very good indeed. Yeah, really good. One I have that I earmarked for us to talk about just briefly was the fact that there is the recently passed Gene Hackman is in this film. Gene Hackman just passed away recently. He is one of the co-stars. He is not the lead, obviously, in this film. Get Shorty over on Tubi for free as well. John Travolta plays the cool guy, if you will, and works for the mobster. He is the Shylock who's trying to hustle and make his way through on this big thing. Ends up going out to the West Coast and loves movies. Ends up pitching his story kind of as a movie, and the film kind of runs in that. And he runs into Gene Hackman, who's this film producer that owes somebody some cash, and it's a really, really fun experience. Travolta is super cool in it. I did a little throwback video on this here recently. I'll put that link in the description as well. We can plug that. But again, over on Tubi for free. Don't even have to shell out any money. Maybe you've never seen it, want to give it a whirl. And if you have seen it, don't own it, yeah, you can watch it there. So yeah, it's a fun one. Ironcaster is pulling up the next one for us here. Ghost in the Shell. Okay, yeah, this is good. So, is this the original version?
So, Ghost in the Shell, the standalone complex, is the 2004 TV series based on the 1990 movie.
Okay.
And it is just a great little sci-fi show that delves into a lot of ideas around transhumanism, where you have people able to, swap bodies. The internet has really come to be so standardized. In a lot of ways, it was sort of ahead. It's quite ahead of itself, and it is just an utterly fantastic show with, these little robot tanks that seem to develop their own little sentience that work with this secret military organization that handles a lot of kind of wet works operations. As it's constantly delving into these ideas around, the idea of the standalone complex, where there was this big mystery, that there's a big event that happened that no one's quite sure of the truth of. And so there's this idea kind of being floated about with the show that you had all these actors who were, in a lot of ways, acting upon their own self-interest, but didn't necessarily interact with one another, even though it seems like they might have.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love this movie. I love it. I did a video on the movie. I have not watched the show, so that'd be interesting to kind of go a little deeper into something like this, especially right now where we are literally in the middle of a lot of conversation about AI and sentience and technology, and shows like this were definitely ahead of their time. And to know that it was sort of an elaboration on that great film makes it very enticing indeed.
It feels like a very timely series to go back and revisit. So check this out. It's well worth your time. I believe this was made for about $1 million an episode back in 2004. This had a ton of money just pumped into this show. This went on to be one of the more expensive anime for its time.
Good to know. Good to know. Let me plug a little bit more of just some general stuff. This is literally Tubi's sci-fi and fantasy category, if you will. And make sure I don't see where it's cut off. It cuts off. So here on the left, which you really can't see well, is Replicas, a film that I mentioned briefly in my I'm not going to ever give a minute of my life to. But in the meantime, on the right here, is Dune, a popular film that was nominated for an Oscar. Its sequel is also nominated for an Oscar. Very well received, again, many circles, Dune fans. Here is Prey, which we did a talk hard on, that more recent Predator send-up. But then we have the real Predator right here. And then Stargate right there. And then down below that is Shazam. So we end up with some movies that are at least fun, well received, well respected, and enjoyable experiences.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Babylon 5. There's a lot to enjoy over here on Tubi.
Yeah, here's the Buffy show, right? I didn't scroll down further to see. I never watched 11/22/63s. It's over on the left-hand side there. I have it on my to-do list and just never get to it. Is this Limitless the show? No, that's the movie. Babylon 5, Merlin. So there's a lot of... Here's Fat Man. We did a show on Fat Man. I love Fat Man. That's a great show. Meth Gator. How could we not love a little Meth Gator? We had some bad CGI Gator. What does Meth Gator look like, you might ask? Well, let's find out. What does Meth Gator look like?
Maybe it actually has an actual, gator on meth in it, unlike Cocaine Shark.
Yeah, there was no cocaine or shark in our Cocaine Shark movie. I'm scrolling quickly. I know that seems a little irritating for some of you, but I'm yet to see a gator. So I'm trying to figure out where the alligator might actually be in all of this. They're on to something
in the
here.
water.
Yeah, we're not... Okay, now we finally have water, because a lot of the shot there was no water. Oh, they're on to something. Oh, dead body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right. Let's see if we're going to get Meth Gator. So, yeah, Meth Gator doesn't look... like there's a lot of meth or a lot of gator in our Meth Gator movie.
Well, wait, the guy had the DEA badge on, so maybe there is some meth.
That's true. They're looking though. They're looking. You think it's just going to jump out and get this guy? There he is. We're seeing the gator's perspective. Okay, so there you go. Folks, for how we're going to emulate our meth experience. There we go. There's our gator on meth.
Look, folks, I'm just saying, if you want to see us talk about this, if you want to see a talk hard on Meth Gator, just leave enough comments down in the description, and maybe we'll get to it. Fill that comment section up with hashtag Meth Gator.
No Meth Gators. No, we're not doing that. There's no way. I'm not seeing a lot of Meth Gator. There he is. Huh. They got away. Oh, interesting. Oh, interestingly bad is what it looks like to me. But okay, what's he got pulled up over here?
All right. But if we're talking bad, then we got to talk about something good. So bad is good. And we are, of course, talking about about dozen or so Puppet Master films. Jeez, there are more of these than I thought there were.
I can't believe it. Like, how many are there? I see 4, 5. Was that one? 10?
6, 12, 13.
Oh my gosh.
14.
So you could do a whole marathon of Puppet Masters once a week for like 3 months. That's insane. I don't think I've ever really watched all of them. I don't think I've ever seen... I mean, I think I've watched one of them, the first one, and I don't even remember any of the details because it's been that long ago, and I am not watching Puppet Master again. There's no way. Golly, 12 or more? That's insane. Wow.
But I mean,
crazy.
it's the film franchise that made Full Moon a name. Like when people think of Full Moon, they think of these films. These are their crown jewel. Like everyone loves these little puppet monsters. Like sometimes they're heroes, sometimes they're villains. Either way, you just want to watch like little stop motion puppets going around killing people. And really, what more could you want?
I can't do it, man. Yeah, you're on your own.
No? Well then,
I can't do
maybe
it. I'm going to.
Maybe you'd like some jack of all trades instead.
Yeah, I wrote that down. I got it written down. Bruce Campbell. I'm a big fan, so that's an easier sell. Is watching some Bruce Campbell. It's a show though, so it's more time consuming. It's a little trickier to work in. Let's assume you have 8 episodes at a half hour piece. You're talking that's just 4 hours of life. So it's a little trickier to do a TV show, but it is Bruce Campbell. So, but this is on Roku, right? Not Tubi.
Yes.
Jack of all trades. He is so good, though. He is so much fun to watch. It is a man that you feel like is always enjoying himself no matter what he's doing. So,
and also, if you've not seen it, the opening theme to this show is just amazing. It is this full-on like musical number. We've got like all this imagery from the Revolutionary War, as we're basically telling the story about how Jack is this spy sent to this little island to team up with this British spy lady, so they can go and try to stop Napoleon from like conquering the world. It's
you said silly. It was time travel with all sorts of shenanigans, and that I would enjoy it because it's Bruce Campbell fighting crazy things, and that's what I would enjoy. So I'm like, yep, sounds good to me.
Yeah, it's got a little touch of a Zorro in it. Not there's no time travel to it, but it is it's sort of this little super spy film where he's kind of where they have to go undercover and try to hide the fact that they're trying to stop the advance of Napoleon.
Okay. Very good. All right. To give Ironcaster his due, so no one wants to be disappointed out here, I pulled up Sharks. So this is searching just Shark on Tubi. So we're just going to run down the list here. Shark Night, Shark Bait, Shark Season, Sharknado, 47 Meters Down, Below, Meth Gator, Shark Island, Ghost Shark, Redwater, Bull Shark 2. I haven't seen the first one. Blue Demon, Shark Attack 2, Ozark Sharks, Megalodon Rising, Bull Shark. There's the first one. Dino Shark, Shark
We
Attack.
have a winner.
Mountain Shark. Look at this. Look at the poster for Mountain Shark. That's completely crazy. Shark Lake, Bait, which I actually think Bait's pretty good. House Shark, Breathe, Croc, 3-headed Shark Attack, Mississippi River Sharks, 6-headed Shark Attack, because what could be twice as good as 3-headed is 6 heads. Sharks of the Corn, I have to say, nay. I made it longer than you did. The infamous Cocaine Shark has no cocaine nor sharks in it. Sharktopus.
Yep.
Blind Waters. This is just called The Sand. This is Malibu Shark Attack. Santa Jaws.
Which finally answers the question, how does a shark wear a Santa hat?
On its dorsal fin, clearly, right there. Mm-hmm. From the Depths, Shark Man, Jurassic Shark, Shark Attack 3, 5-headed shark, because what could, in between 3 and 6, we had to have 5. Camp Blood Clown Shark, Blood Bite. Look at this. That's insane.
Camp Blood Clown Shark, I think, is the winner for the worst title so far.
That's insane. And I can't do clowns and just, Atomic Shark, Swim, Mummy Shark, Bermuda Shark, Open Waters 3, Cage Dive, Ice Sharks, Planet of the Sharks, Sand Sharks, which that's been in my debate system. This is the one you love the most. Sharkenstall Women's Prison Massacre.
How can you say that title and not laugh?
That's insane. 2-headed Shark Attack, Damn Sharks, Shark Week, Shark Zone, Ice Spiders is somehow coming up, Break, Dark Waters, Ouija Shark, No Shark, here's Shark Side of the Moon, of course, The Last Shark, Shark the Beginning, Swamp Shark, Shark Shock, Sharktopus versus Terracuda. Wow. Shark Bait, which is an actual, kids movie. Shark Attacks. Sharktopus Whale Wolf versus the Whale Wolf. 90210 Shark Attack. Mega Shark versus Crocosaurus. Chum. Burt Reynolds in Shark. Mega Piranha. Raging Sharks. Bull Shark 3. Croc. The Lake. I'm still going, folks. Now, some of these are not always sharks, because obviously I think Anaconda would not count. Zombie Shark. Empire of the Sharks. River Jaws. Cruel Sharks. Uncaged.
Cruel Jaws.
I know, Cruel Jaws. I say cool, I meant cruel. Alligator X. Deep Blood. Alien Shark. Raiders of the Lost Shark.
Zombies.
Now, I want to understand, how did Dirty Teacher get up in the search? Because she's sharking for kids, maybe? Maybe. Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus. Rift does The Last Shark. Avalanche Sharks. Virus Shark. Rift does Sharknado 2. Murder by Shark. Sharkenstein. Or possibly Sharkenstein, depending on who you talk to. Nano Shark. Then we have Killer Kitty. My curiosity is piqued, I have to be honest. Killer Kitty. I'm still going on Shark Exorcist. Then they sneak in a Fast and the Furious, but it's not. They tricked you. It's called Fast and Serious.
Bald men go fast.
Yeah. Then some non-sharks. There's Shark Hotel, which is actually, Snake Hotel. Shark Hunter, Doll Shark, Jurassic Shark 2. Can't read the fine print on that one. Something Monsters Below. Another Street Sharks, a TV cartoon. Rise of the Great White Shark. Apex Predators. Subway Shark, which, again, not sure what we're doing here. Sharkula. Zig Shark at the Beach. Secrets of the Great White. I'm exhausted. Shark of the Venice. Land Shark. Apex Survival. Mega Shark versus Mecha Shark. Jurassic Shark 3. Here's another Sharknado. Shark Huntress. Oh, it is a shark. House on Elm Lake. They snuck in Baywatch. I guess, you get sharks would make sense, sure. All of them together makes up Monsternado, Piranaconda, Sky Sharks. This is actually a serious film. I don't understand how it makes the list. 13 minutes has nothing to do with sharks, I don't think. But, all right. Shark Gordon. Wow. Queen Crab. So I think I'm getting out of most of the. Here's a land shark.
And we got Tremors.
Shark Killer. Where's Tremors? Did I miss it? Oh yeah, look at that. The poster is a little different. I didn't recognize it right away. Doesn't quite look right. Shark the Big Five. Shark Encounters of the Third Kind. Ouija Shark 2. It just keeps going. Look at all the shark stuff. It keeps going. Golly.
I think we finally got to the bottom of the shark pile here.
Wow. That's a whole shark channel right there. That is insane. A free content. You could just forget about Shark Week. You could do months of shark content with Tubi help. I mean, that is insane. I have to warn you though, most of them are so bad I can't watch them. I'm running out of good shark movies to watch. I've watched I think most of the good ones. So yeah, this July we had to pull sharks down from our Talk Hard schedule because I just can't keep doing bad ones. So I'm like, let's just take a break. We're doing Sandler Summer this year.
Much like with a good shark movie, you have to come up with sort of just the dumb premise at first before you go into it, which is how we got The Summer of Sandler.
That's true. But some things actually are kind of popularized, right? Like, so kaijun and anime are actually popularized terms. So we just picked those up later to the game. We weren't in on the ground floor or anything like that. We've added them to our mix. So every June, we just pick kaijun movies. And in May, we're going to be doing anime movies. So I think we have 3 scheduled for animes. I don't know what the kaijun list is. Besides, I think It's the anniversary year. Maybe it's not anniversary year, but I think one of the King Kongs for sure is on the schedule for sure. So, but yeah, we have some of that kind of stuff. But Tubi is just a plethora of. That's just typing in the keyword shark. I was trying to think of another keyword that's just as insane as shark, but I was scared of what kind of Tubi might deliver because they do have some crazy stuff on Tubi, for sure.
Yeah, there's just frankly so much to delve through. You never know quite what to expect.
I love the fact that there's just so many things I've never. I mean, it literally is like walking around Blockbuster back in the day when you saw all these like direct to DVD type things and stuff like that. So, all right, we have Kamen Rider Geats.
Yes,
Did I say that right? Geats. I don't know. I've seen Geats. I don't know anything about Geats.
So this has gone on to become one of my favorite shows as of late. This, what they've been doing with a lot of these the Japanese superhero shows, that's tokusatsu. You've got three prominent characters: Kamen Rider, Ultraman, and the Super Sentai or Power Rangers. And in a lot of cases, what they'll do is they'll run for a season, where a season of this might be 50 episodes. This will run for basically the entire year with like 2 days off. So there's always a new episode to check out. That said, so this year, 2023, the premise was taking an inspiration from Squid Games and Fortnite, where the premise here is a bunch of people are recruited to take part in this Grand Prix to be able to, where the grand prize is ultimately going to be your heart's desire. So if you wanted to bring someone back from the dead, you could get that out of this. You're effectively getting a chance to reshape reality as you see fit.
Interesting.
So if
Kamen Rider Geats,
the action is fantastic, and this is something I would always point to say this is able to have all kinds of crazy action and explosions, multiple times in an episode. So we'll have two little fighting segments, and then we have our plot moving forward. All this going on during the same time that She-Hulk was on the air.
Wow, that's a contrast because Lord knows I was suffering through She-Hulk at the time. Golly. Okay, Kamen Rider Geats. Yeah, I was not familiar with this.
And I would say, if nothing else, just give it one episode. Let me know what you think, Pops. I would absolutely love to get your thoughts and opinions on this show from just the initial premise.
Kamen Rider Geats, it is. Okay. All right, well, I have one for you. Have you seen The Image Revolution?
I have not. This is one that I've managed to avoid seeing
So
far.
this is the documentary on the rise of Image Comics. And it goes in the weed with some like retro interviews and details like that. I actually have been trying to get a good copy downloaded so I can rip some clips out of it because there's so many great segments, but the files are all protected. I've tried to rip it a couple of different ways and I never can actually get the actual video. But if you're really not a comic book person or kind of wants to understand a little bit about us nerds, especially in the 90s, or you're a little younger, like Ironcaster is. He didn't live through the moments and like understand the people like Pops. Like why was Spawn a thing? And why is X-Men 91 the biggest selling comic book of all time? And who are these guys? And it is a really, really interesting documentary with kind of a true, pretty good perspective on things. It's a little longer than I think. It's about 80, it says 82 minutes. I think it probably could have been a little bit shorter than that. But for the most part, I think it does a good job and gives everybody some perspective on that. But definitely for folks that are into comic books, I think it would have been a fun one for sure to check out. So, yeah, it's a good one.
Plus, there's a lot of great little documentaries on here. Like I recognize that Chris Claremont's X-Men. I was going down the list a little bit earlier, and I saw a couple that I had to go and bookmark for myself to check out later, and stuff I might have to go back and check out later. Like now, I'm kind of also looking at that Eye of the Beholder over on the right. I'm like,
yeah, I figured that would catch your eye for sure. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I'm usually down the rabbit hole pretty regularly on what's coming and going, especially because I'll have the alert on my phone, like things that are ending soon. So I try to make sure I give myself a good week to 10 days before the end of the month and look for things that I don't own or wouldn't own. It's just something I like give a flyer on to see if it's, work it in before the end of the month, which I've really not been good about. But it's a great way to do that, folks, and not actually spending money to be able to have a lot of content. And like I said, even if you just stuck to one a week, just a big name movie, an Oscar type film, you can always find one a week and just rotate through if you didn't mind seeing stuff. So that's in addition to some of these shows, like he was saying with like Kamen Rider Geats or Jack of All Trades, where you have a whole season or show or series, or Red Dwarf, where you really want to go down the rabbit hole for, 10 to 13 seasons, which is, a lot more content. So tons of great options out there for sure.
It's just that, like, ever since all the major networks decided to pull their stuff from Netflix and wanted to go make their own streaming services and made this all harder, it's really just kind of, I feel like, convinced a lot of people that, well, we don't need to just buy everything. Let's go off these beaten paths. In a lot of ways, the last decade, it feels like they've kind of done me a favor and forced me to get outside of my comfort zone to see what else can I find.
Yeah, I will say it definitely, and this is under their quote art house category, and you can get into some stuff that, maybe you don't have Netflix and you've never seen it. They have Uncut Gems right now, right? That's, this is a film that was very well regarded. A lot of people, Adam Sandler, mentioned him again, hadn't seen. Obviously, Platoon is an award-winning film. Snowpiercer as well, based on a really obscure comic book, a very interesting premise that led to a TV show as well. That's very solid. And of course, Some Like It Hot is kind of a classic must-see of all time. One of the greatest films of all time when it comes to comedy that feels like, how could they have made this movie and how inappropriate it is with the cross-dressing. Yeah, it's just incredible. So there are so many movies in here to choose from. It wouldn't take long for me to offer up good, bad, and ugly of some films for sure. So, yeah.
Plus, the fact is everything is cycling through, so you never know if you're patient enough, you'll get to see a lot of these things eventually. Like, look right there, 12 Angry Men.
Oh yeah, that's a classic. One of the best films of all time as well. North by Northwest is another great film of all time. This is like, Heather's one of the best cult movies of that era for sure. Yeah, you kind of have to. Here's Carrie. This is the original Carrie, and this is an incredible Christopher Nolan film, Memento. Obviously, the classic film by Dustin Hoffman, The Graduate. Nicolas Cage's probably best performance ever, Leaving Las Vegas, and I meant serious performance for those of you who are really into the Nick Cage thing, for sure. Yeah, these are all. Mad World is just this classic, silly comedy from back in the day. Great film, a lot of fun. The anniversary of the Nosferatu is on here. So, yeah, there's a lot of good films that are mixed. Raging Bull, again, another great, fantastic film. Classic film, if you will, iconic. So, yeah, it doesn't take long to usually find something. And I think if you are not a big movie goer, or not a big, cinemaphile or something that's really into this, it shouldn't be too hard to find something that you wouldn't mind sitting through again. So, yeah, that was kind of our point this morning, was to give people some of those options. So, all right, brother. What else is on your radar screen before we head out the door, man? Anything else you want to kind of throw up on there?
No, I think that's about it. I've kind of hit all the major stuff that I thought would be worth bringing forth. A lot of stuff that I enjoy, a lot of good stuff. Maybe the occasional schlocky piece here or there that I can't wait to get Pop's thoughts on.
Yeah, I will. I will try Kamen Rider Geats. That's actually not schlocky. That's actually just more of just, it's just different. I'm not used to it, so I enjoy that. I don't get Red Dwarf would be another one I wouldn't mind, giving it a fair run of 3 or 4 episodes. So the problem is I end up with that overwhelming feeling. It's like with Stargate, I ended up watching SG-1. I watched like 5 or 6 episodes, and I was having an enjoyable time, but to keep going with all of the schedule and all the things that we do, it gets overwhelming. It's very hard for me. So I always disappoint people because they want me to immerse myself into these, when there's 13 season guys, you have to understand that's a little tricky. But yeah, giving Kamen Rider Geats a go is fine. Getting Meth Gator a go, not going to happen. Not going to make happen. How Tuesday is kind of our high point of the week. Monday's like got to go back to work or whatever, but it's Tuesday. It's important for us because that's this big show that's becoming integral in our lives, and also just that kicks off some of the other things that's going on. He's got his Monday show, so I'm catching up on Tuesday. So I'm a little bit of a cheater because he's doing work on Monday. I'm actually just enjoying his work. And then Tuesday night you're doing your show, and yeah, you got a busy schedule, my friend. But yeah, been good to do this. Been really good to do this. So.
Well, you know, the big thing is always trying to find reasons to look forward to those less than optimal days. Like everyone's always excited for the weekend. You know, they say you're working for the weekend, and well, who wants to work for a Tuesday?
I do.
No one.
I work for a Tuesday. You should be working for Tuesdays, people. If you're not working for Tuesday Talk Hard, something's wrong. You should be working for Tuesdays. You should be working for your Mech Monday. Should be. Your weekend should be your catch-up and your prep for the following week, folks. That's what we do. That's what the real life of the YouTubers is like. We're all just playing catch-up, and we're all just working the next one up. So that's it. Man, brother, it's been an hour already. Man, it's been good. It's been good. Yeah, if you folks are not connected, all of his stuff's in the description. Make sure you are. He does some great stuff and also many great shows. I love what he does. He's become a great friend in all this journey. And it's been great to be able to hang out with him this morning and wrap up this Friday week for you guys. So thanks, brother. That's good. That's good. Really, really good. And
always a pleasure when I can. It's always a pleasure when I can find a little time to come aside and just hang out for an hour or so.
Yep. So, folks, listen. You guys be good out there. Be blessed. Talk hard. Until next time, I am Pops.
Now the Power Rangers are going from the box office to the box. New Power Rangers Jell-O with a Power Rangers movie trading card inside. Only from Jell-O, where the power is on.
Watch a terrifying new world of fantasy come alive on Ultraman in color. See the heroic Science Patrol team battle grotesque monsters from outer space, from beneath the earth, and from the deep. See Ultraman, Protector of the World. Challenge them on Channel 17, weekdays at 4.
Chuck Norris Karate Commandos.
Break it up, crack it down, fight forces of evil wherever they're found.
Figures sold separately.
Location Tibet. Assignment recover stolen microchip. Protecting it was Super Ninja. Hi-ya! First, Chemo stood up to him. Hi-ya! And was downed. Then Reed Smith flew in. Hi-ya! And was grounded. But now it's his karate against mine. Hi-ya!
Chuck Norris Karate Commandos. Chuck Norris, Super Ninja, Reed Smith, Chemo, and other figures sold separately. New from Kenner.
From Kenner's Star Wars collection, each sold separately. Large-size Darth Vader with his lightsaber. Princess Leia, champion of the rebel cause. With her defender, Luke Skywalker. You can swing him into action on his grappling hook. And load Chewbacca's laser crossbow. Star Wars large-size action figures. Up to 15 inches tall and ready for action. Large-size Darth Vader, Chewbacca, Luke Skywalker, Princess Leia, each sold separately from Kenner.
For